The Los Angeles Lakers hosted the OKC Thunder in last night's NBA Cup game. And let me tell you, straight off the rip, somebody getting old. Somebody is getting old. And his name is LeBron James.
Oh my God. You know what? I will say this. It's amazing that he is still out there. And I think that the Lakers, Coach Reddick, really needs to consider reducing his minutes just a tad. Just take him off the floor, scale back on his minutes, because if you think he's going to be able to show up in game 67 with some energy, game 70, as we're talking about getting deeper, going into the postseason, y'all got another thing coming. Let's start having him low managed during the game. I really want them to do that, because I said last night when I was watching the game, I was like, oh, he looked like, when they swarm him, he used to be able to break away. He can't even. When them white jerseys came and got him up under that basket in one of these plays, I said, "Ooh, LeBron, call the whistle, put your finger up, have JJ take you out real quick. Just gonna get a rest." No, all honesty, though, it's great to see him out there, but I think his minutes need to be scaled back just a tad. That's what I say.
He only played 34 minutes last night.
I'm gonna need him to be 20.
He'll need to be 20 minutes. Okay, but look, wait, hold up. So there was footage of LeBron showing up to crypto.com arena 5 hours before last night's game. And I said, 5 hours plus play the game. He's working a full 8-hour shift of basketball duties. No wonder he don't have no gas in his tank when the game actually starts. And I get that, as you get older, you need a little bit more time to, get things warmed up. You want to make sure you're fully stretched out and all that. But I think 5 hours is excessive at his age. And I think he has ran out of gas. So there's this whole thing about Father Time being undefeated. No, it ain't.
No, it ain't. Never. It will never. It just depends on how it shows up. And for some people, it's a slow process, but for others, it's quick, fast, in a hurry. I would say his is a slow process. But at the end of the day, I think he needs to less minutes. I'm saying preserve. So then when we get closer to the end of the season, into the playoffs, into the postseason, if the Lakers make it, he can now get his minutes back and be ready to go. But to work him as hard as they work him right now, it's not going to be sustainable. Not at his age and not playing the game that he plays. It ain't going to work out.
I don't even think JJ Redick has the guts to sit him down like that. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure, but to play 34, I wonder what his average is throughout the years, right? 34 is a lot of minutes when you're going up against some young, talented defenders and have the offensive game pumping like OKC did last night. I will say Shai Gilgeous-Alexander should be in MVP talks.
I'm just trying to tell y'all. I said this 2 seasons ago, but most definitely last season. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is, as we speak right now, at least for this season, top 5 for this season. Gotta be. So yes, he should be in MVP discussions. Absolutely. You see the way he maneuvers on the floor, but he gives it to you offensively and defensively. Only young cats can do that. I'm sorry, and he's one of them. Just saying.
I know, in a game where I didn't think Jalen Williams, J-Dub, had it going. I felt like he was forcing it a little bit. He went 8 for 19 from the field, but he hit a couple shots that were critical and helped OKC. But I don't think he had a good game last night. However, Isaiah Hartenstein,
come on.
Without Chet Holmgren, this is amazing what he's able to do on the boards. And just the alter shots. He had that big block against Dalton Connect where he landed on his back. I said, oh my God, Hartenstein, we need you. You cannot go out right now. But just a defensive presence. Rudy Gobert could never.
Could never. You're a 3-time defensive player of the year. Not in that fashion. Not the way Hartenstein gets it together. He looks amazing. He has this presence about him on the court, especially in last night's game, that commands respect. and you must be ready for him when you go up against him. AD had to be ready. Had to be ready. He's going to have his way under the basket regardless. We're looking at a continuation of what he delivered to the Knicks last season. We're looking at it right now, just in a different uniform on a different team. And it's a great look for the OKC Thunder. It's a great piece considering that Shed is, on ice right now, healing from his injury. Can you imagine a postseason or the end of the season with both Hardenstein and Shed on the floor?
Oh, my goodness. They ain't ready. They ain't ready. LeBron postgame, he talked about how OKC, they're very handsy. They're in the passing lane. They're going to strip the ball from you. And that happened to him. He was a victim of their swarming defense last night between Lou Dort
and Jay Will and Jay Dub.
Yeah.
You have to control the ball. Let me tell you, that Lou Dort is strong. Mm-hmm. When he came down on LeBron James's shoulder, I'm like, did he dislocate the shoulder? No. Handsy, all in the way. You got to be. This is what happens when you have a team that is well coached and players who are all bought in and players who have the right chemistry to go through the games. Because even when someone is off, there's always somebody else that's on.
Yes. And
I don't think they wait around. Although I know Shai Gilgeous is the number one, I don't feel they wait around for him to get it going. Mm-hmm. You have some players that wait around for people for their leader to get going. Not OKC. They ready. Aaron Wiggins looked nice last night. I'm here for everything OKC has to offer. I'm glad they're still at the top of the West. This performance that they've shown, they've held on to, to still be alive with the NBA Cup. They were not giving up. I'm like, yes, I think they're 2-1 right now. So in that group that they're in, I think there's 3 teams that are 2-1. I cannot wait. I really hope they go to Vegas. I want OKC Thunder to go to Vegas.
Mm-hmm. I think they're on their way for sure. One thing I can appreciate about Shai Gilgeous' game is the 3-ball wasn't hitting last night for him. So what did he do? He made the proper adjustment. He started getting in the paint, doing his floaters, cutting, shimmy to the rim. That's right. What I'm talking about.
Euro.
Yeah, you have to make the adjustment. I'm just so glad that he recognized it and he was open to the fact that his 3-ball wasn't really hitting. So he was like, okay, let me do something else. His bag is so deep. Why should he continue to stay on the perimeter shooting threes? He's actually doing the Lakers a favor when he does that.
Exactly. Yeah. One of the commentators last night said, "Oh, he got that. He did that the old-fashioned way."
Yeah.
Where he made he shimmy to the basket, he did the layup, and he got an and one. The commentator's like, "Oh, he did that the old-fashioned way." Exactly. Mm-hmm. He's not fearful. And I think that's a lot of these players need to take note of what that looks like. When your ball ain't hitting, they know. We know as a fan watching the game, they know because they in the game, right? And for you to now say, okay, if that ain't working, let me pull out my original skills, and let me give it to you. I love it. The adjustments are made, and he did it. He did it effortlessly. So yeah.
Yeah. So Anthony Davis has he's been averaging at least 30 points a game, right? He messed around. They had to go up against Isaiah Hartenstein. He could not. However, I will say, I feel like the Lakers went away from him offensively. He was out there, but he wasn't touching the ball because they chose to get Dalton Connect going from 3. I don't know that that's a recipe that's going to be successful for the Lakers as they move forward throughout this season. You can't choose to get the rookie going at the level that they did last night in exchange for Anthony Davis just running cardio on the court. You need him.
The Lakers need to recognize, and when they do, the games are more successful for them. When Anthony Davis is the number one option, when they run the offense through him, they have a better outcome, which means that Dalton Connect get in where he fit in. And I'm not saying he still can't have his 6 from 13 attempts from the 3-point line. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that Anthony Davis should always have a touch the ball in every possession, at least. Now, whether he touches the ball and he, does his thing to shoot the ball and put it in the basket, or he touch the ball and give an assist, but he needs to be touching the ball. He should not be doing cardio on the floor. Not when he is the number one. Mm-hmm. I believe he should be the number one option for the Lakers. So yeah, we see last night Anthony Davis put up 15 points. When?
I know.
That cannot be acceptable. And they need to be in film study right now. And he needs to be talking to the assistant coaches and saying that cannot happen again, Coach Reddick. That can happen again. Don't do it. Come
Yeah,
on.
but it's not like AD was cold from the field. He only had 9
Right.
shots. He made 5 of them. It's not like he couldn't get it going. They just wouldn't allow him. In fact, I'm looking at this, and Dalton Connect had more field goal attempts
Mm-hmm.
than LeBron and AD.
Mm-hmm.
How did that happen? I think they just got happy with the 3 ball because they were fighting an uphill battle mostly all night. Okay, see, I think they controlled the pace and the tempo of the game, even though there were times when OKC had the lead, they allowed the Lakers to
Yeah.
come back. I never felt like OKC was going to lose that game. I never felt like it because I knew they had another level to go to. When the Lakers were giving their very best, OKC had another level of offensive power,
Yeah.
defensive presence to take it to, and the Lakers just didn't have it. They didn't have it going.
No, they didn't. You know what? And so it's funny how the Lakers last season, it was all things Austin Reeves. All things Austin Reeves. This season, for this particular game, it's all things Dalton Connect. So Reeves is no longer a factor anymore.
Oh, he is, but I think when he went down on his back, I think when Shai Gilgeous went up for that block and Austin, when Shai Gilgeous went up for that block and Austin Reeves landed straight on his back, I was surprised he came back into the game. It was a nasty fall between Hardenstein and Austin Reeves. That hardwood floor, it does not give.
It's unforgiving. It's
Mhm.
it's equal to concrete at this point.
Yes. Mhm.
Oh yeah. So I just hope that Austin Reeves still is a factor in the Lakers scheme because while I love to watch Dr. Connect build his confidence and his experience, there are some people on this roster for the Lakers in particular that cannot be put to the back burner because now he's the most hottest thing going. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yeah, because Rui Hashimura, the thing with Rui Hashimura, he was out for a while, and then Coach JJ Redick put Cam Reddish in his spot. But
Mm-hmm.
when Rui, oh, that's incorrect. Actually, when Rui was out, they put in Dalton Connect in his spot. When
Mm-hmm.
Rui came back to the Lakers, they kept Dalton Connect in the starting lineup because they've been pretty successful.
Yeah,
But now
no,
Cam Reddish is on the bench, and he deserves an Ofer Award.
he deserves the Oprah Award. He was out there for 13 minutes doing, yeah. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Just is running cardio. D'Angelo Russell, though, seemed like since the trade talks,
Yeah,
he's decided to go ahead and make his shots.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
Maybe he is better off the bench.
uh-huh.
Just maybe that's where he needs to be, coming off the bench, knowing that you do better for this offense when you come off the bench. So since he lost his
Yes.
starting position, yeah.
Yeah, that's hard,
Mhm. That is hard. That's hard. Ooh.
Yeah,
I
so
can only imagine his ego was a part of that too, and had to put that to the side. His pride,
uh-huh.
yeah.
Yeah, so turnovers were a big part of last night's game. I mean, LeBron himself had 5. The Lakers overall had 17. The points off turnovers, I mean, that killed the Lakers. Absolutely.
You just got to be able to control the ball when you go up against OKC. They are handsy. They're handsy and they're quick. So was pace a factor? Yeah, clearly,
Yeah.
clearly. I mean, between LeBron James's 5 turnovers and Austin Reeves' 5 turnovers, I mean, what? Like, oh my gosh, it was crazy. And then the whole OKC Thunder, they had what, 7, 9? They had 9 turnovers.
Yes, LeBron and Austin Reeves had more turnovers than the entire OKC team.
They was on them. They were on, particularly LeBron James. I don't know. Do these teams have it out for him?
Yeah.
I think they do. Do they target him?
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, it was just hard to watch him last night. I don't know. I felt really bad.
Kendrick Perkins tweeted, "This might be LeBron James' last season."
No. I know, because I just was like, this can't be. I can't be looking at this.
Mm.
Though, Maybe it was Thanksgiving. Still had a little dressing on his tummy, a little turkey.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
that's what it was. With the family, hanging out, and enjoying his family time. Maybe that's what it was. Perhaps he'll be much better when he goes back on the road, more disciplined, more focused, because this game was very difficult to watch.
It was. So OKC got the victory 101-93, and it wasn't even that close. It wasn't even that close, to be honest.
No. I mean, the Lakers, I think there were like 12 lead changes throughout the game. But to your point, it didn't feel like OKC was losing the battle.
Mhm.
I just didn't feel that way. I thought they had control the entire 4 quarters. I believe they
Yeah.
did. Yeah,
Yeah,
they were
and
just
Coach
amazing.
Dagnall, he was so calm and cool on the sidelines. I think even he knew, like, we got another level. Is this their best? Oh, we got another level.
Oh my God! Right, OKC is so good. They're good. Nobody can deny them right now. Not right now. They're amazing.
Mm-mm. Are they number
Fun to
one in the
watch too.
West?
They're
Yeah, I
number one in the
believe they're
West.
number one. Uh-huh.
They're number one. Yeah, number one in the West, and they keep playing like this. Consistency. They're gonna continue to be number one in the West. Let me see, number one in the West, and yeah, Houston Rockets number two, and
Mm,
Houston Rockets is 1.5 games behind Oklahoma City Thunder. Houston Rockets,
mhm.
they need their own video, to be honest. Oh my.
Yeah, okay, so what's on tap? I know we're getting really close to the knockout rounds and
Hmm.
all that. I know we gotta wait a couple days to see the next set of NBA Cup games. I'm just kind of ready for it to kind of transition to the semi quarterfinals, aren't you? This group
Yeah,
play, like, I'm over it. I'm ready.
yeah, me too. Considering most of the teams are out. Oh, you know what? The NBA is cold. You don't want to O next to your name in the cup game, and you sure don't want to O next to your name at the end of the season. Like, what is going on? Oh, it's just hard. It's so sad. Look, Philly, Brooklyn, Hornets. Let's see who else. Miami, Raptors,
Mm, mm,
Pacers,
mm.
Bulls, Cavs. Oh, sorry, Cavs.
Wow.
I know. Wizards. Who else? Minnesota, Sacramento.
Wow.
Oh, the Lakers. Girl, they got an O.
Oh, wow.
Eliminated from knockout contention. Go ahead, OKC. Y'all did that.
Oh, that's awesome. It says a lot about, well, first of all, I think this NBA Cup players actually want to win it. We know the inaugural season, the Lakers won, but I think teams kind of look like, you know what? We can obtain that too. We can do it. We can attain it.
Absolutely. You mean to tell me the Oklahoma City Thunder knocked out the Los Angeles Lakers?
Mm, mm, mm.
Wow.
Shame on the Indiana Pacers who made it to the finals last season for the Cup. Look
No,
at them.
shame on. There is no. I guess to do back-to-back NBA Cups is just as difficult as to do back-to-back NBA championships. Apparently. Oh my
Mm,
goodness, this is crazy. And guess what? Group B, West Group B, where Oklahoma City Thunder resides, they are number two behind San Antonio Spurs. And then the number three slot is the Phoenix Suns. Ooh, that point differential is going to matter.
it is.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm. So amazing.
It is. I'm looking at this, and the Houston Rockets look like they have the largest point differential with plus 49, followed by the Dallas Mavericks with plus 41. So you got to put these teams away. You can't play with it.
No, you can't play with it. You can't play with it. And what's so funny about it is that I know this is NBA Cup, but this is indicative of what we can look for as the season continues on and in their standings as we get to the end of the season. Like, y'all, get ready. There's going to be some teams that we are used to seeing that we're not going to see in the playoffs this year. Don't get together. They don't get it together.
Okay, well, that wraps it up until Tuesday of next week. All right, so what's on tap next week for the NBA Cup? We should be getting down to the wire. Who's playing?
Yeah, we're going to be tapping into the game Orlando Magic and New York Knicks. This will be game 4 for both of them. And right now in the NBA Cup standings, they're both 3-0, right? So I think if anything, they want to make sure they maintain their their activity, but I think they're going to be really pushing for points to make sure that their differential is high. So that's going to be a game. So y'all, after the game, we're going to be talking about Orlando and New York.